project for health experts fielded into local health centers are described as roaring successes.
This year, a team of doctors from the Rotary Club of Oldenburg performed more than 72 operations, to be exact. 72 operations on children and adults with cleft palates and various forms of tumor-related disease and deformations. The Rotary Club of Fajara and the Rotary Club of Oldenburg, together with the Rotary Club of Ludwigslust in Holland, put together another grant application for 70,000 euros to buy equipment to facilitate more tumor and cleft palate operations, and sent 3 staff from the ASB clinic to train in Germany.
The 2016 agenda is on course, and Rotary, I am happy, is very well situated in that agenda. For the fact that you have gone into agriculture, you are providing clean water to people, which is one of the MDGs. The Gambia has attained that MDG of providing clean water, but still there are percentages that we need to meet. And I'm happy that Rotary is doing what is expected by supporting government to make sure that all corners in this country access clean water.
Aside from their interventions in the country's mainstay areas, basic and secondary education are also primary focus areas of Rotary, as they provide deserving and needy students the opportunity to realize their educational dreams.
In the area of education, I am happy that you are even funding students out of the shores of the country. I didn't know that you do sponsor people to study out of the country. I thought all the scholarships were here, but listening to the president's statement, I want to use this opportunity to thank you on behalf of the government of the Gambia for investing in the people of this country. We will not be able to attain the objectives and targets that we have set ourselves if we don't invest in education.
The atmosphere of friendly relationship also recognized the invaluable contributions of some doyens who have been in the forefront of Rotary works in the Gambia, alongside the raffling of fabulous prizes. Samuel Ba, GRTS.
We'll now take our first break. Stay tuned.
Gambia, the Gambia Radio and Television Services, GRTS. GRTS Staff Association, Italy. His Excellency the President, Chef Professor Al-Haji Dr. Yahya AJJ Jammeh, no fast Kene Sumbu, Tinkalum Banquet Dinner, a grand dance with a difference. Bufikija Amsufi Muse Amsach, on the 23rd of May, and on the 24th of May, 2014, Setiki Penchami Hall, featuring the now happening Queen of Malach, Titi Safnepa, Titi, Tamane Titi, Pare Rajake Penchami Hall. You've never seen her on stage like this before. Titi, by popular demand. Nipari Joy Mostoli, Anak Aindanan artist Fiji Reumi. Tickets, Gala, Platinum, $60,000. Diamond, $50,000. Gold, $40,000. And the individual, $1,000. Grand dance ticket, $500 and $300 flat. For all reservations, please call 991-1992-365-5518 203-1850 682-9 Diamond.
Welcome back. Pressure is mounting on Nigeria's president, as well as frustration at the slow progress to bring back nearly 300 kidnapped schoolgirls. A Hollywood celebrity is joining the chorus of international voices and urging the government to speed up the search. It has been 5 weeks since the students were seized by the terrorist group Boko Haram at a boarding school in the northeast of Nigeria, and there is still no sign of the girls. But at a security summit in Paris on Sunday, Western nations and Nigeria's neighbors agreed to band together to fight Boko Haram. CNN's Awa Demon spoke with 2 men who work as informants inside the group.
Just speaking to us could cost them their lives, already at risk.
This is the only way our children will have future.
Mohammed and Usama, not these two men's real names, are government informants on the fear terrorist group Boko Haram. They have seen the group's influence spread and lure in their friends.
After convincing you, they take you, once you move to their training camp, that is the end. You won't come back again.
Recruiting from among the poor, who tend to make up their rank and file fighters, and drawing in the educated, trained in explosives.
The two informants we met described their links to Boko Haram as being to mid-level fighters. They're not from the same state where more than 200 schoolgirls were kidnapped. That is here, Borno State. This its capital, Maiduguri, where Boko Haram's radical ideology was born.
Unchecked by the government, the group grew more violent and ruthless, kidnappings becoming common.
Take them to the bush, then they will force you to join, or it's either you join or they kill you.
The informants have heard of shadowy links to Al-Qaeda. Their friends who joined trained in Sudan and Somalia. They claim to know exactly where Boko Haram's camps are in their area, but for the most part, they say, the government has failed to act. Similar to the accusations that Nigerian forces were warned in advance about the Chibok attack.
They will use them to negotiate with the government about those of their members that have been detained by the government, or to use them as human shell.
They've seen their friends slaughtered, and they know the group will show no mercy. Arwa Damon, CNN, Maiduguri, Nigeria.
It is an exciting week ahead for India's Prime Minister-elect Narendra Modi. He would be formally picked as the leader of the BJP parliamentary party on Tuesday. A day for Mr. Modi's swearing-in would be decided at the same meeting on Friday. His party emerged victorious, winning a strong majority in the country's national elections, and many are watching to see who he will name into his new cabinet. Outgoing Prime Minister Manmohan Singh resigned on Saturday after a decade in the top job and support for his powerful party. The Indian National Congress slipped to historical lows. CNN's Malika Kapoor reports on a dramatic fall from grace.
1947, India became independent. Jawaharlal Nehru, its first prime minister. Over the next several decades, his daughter and grandson carried on his legacy. Both became prime ministers too. His great-grandson was also in the race for the top job, but his party, the Congress, in power for a decade, suffered a crushing defeat in this year's parliamentary elections.
The Congress has not been a source of new ideas.
Sanjay Baru, author of an explosive new book on the Congress leadership and a former senior government advisor, says it's painfully out of touch with what India wants.
Because Rahul got stuck with the story of we are for the poor, we are out here to give you money, come and vote for us because we are taking care of you. I mean, the Congress party's feudalism no longer appeals to young India.
A young, aspirational India that has little patience for corruption, inflation and slow growth. A series of economic scandals plus corruption around India's Commonwealth Games shook the public's faith in the government and dented India's image around the world, prompting Time magazine to print this cover in 2012.
Everybody says corruption, inefficiency. Inefficiency in what? You grew at 5% for 2 years and you call that inefficiency? Come on, give me a break.
Pitroda points to multiple years of 8% growth under the Congress party. The doubling in number of children going to college, to job and food guarantee schemes that have lifted thousands out of poverty. He says they're successful programs that didn't get the credit they deserve.
Partly because Prime Minister is not that type. He's doing his work. He's not out there tooting his horn.
The disconnect translated into a massive lack of support in general elections.